I wonder what's on cinemas. No, thank you. Let's look at the box office charts. Seriously, America, that's number one. I mean, what's next? A sequel? Oh, come on! Hey, I'm Andrew from Media Award, and welcome to my first review for 2013. I'm going to start with an absolutely extraordinary movie called The Life of Pi. So, The Life of Pi follows a young boy on an extraordinary journey of survival and courage. As him and his family move from India all the way to South America, the ship that he's on gets caught up in a freak storm and ends up taking his family's life. And he finds himself being the only survivor of this tragic incident, apart from him and a dangerous tiger. And that's the basic kind of plot point without giving too much away. The story myself to be absolutely excellent. I felt it to be much better than I thought it was going to be. I really liked how they kind of set up the character. The first half an hour of the movie is kind of setting up who this person is, this main character, in terms of him as a kid, growing up in India, him, growing up with different religions, and his parents, and his, just kind of setting up a kind of pre-knowledge of this character and who he is, and how he kind of changes when we get to the main incident of the actual movie, of course, the survivor aspect. And I really liked how they touch upon the survival of it, and after the incident of the actual shipwreck, it takes its time, takes its pace, and it just, it goes for all the different aspects of a actual survival, being stranded out at sea and just trying to live with it. This boy goes from a boy all the way to a man in this kind of journey, and I like that. And it's telling the story from the modern day version of him, the older version, and him actually telling the story to an actual writer that's writing a book based upon him. I really like how they do that back and forth, and they cut between those different ones. So the pacing is actually really well done, and I really like how they kind of set up the character and set up everything else about it. And I really like what they do within the actual movie. I like how they show a scene of him actually killing a fish, to be actually really sad and emotional for this character, because you've got to take a life to him to actually survive, being that he's got no rations, he's got no food left. But some people find it more easy than others.
Well, that was a much more dignified end for him.
The storyline takes its time, and how it kind of slows down in certain places, and it allows you to really sink in what's happening on screen, allows you to sink in the what's happening to this character. And I really like the relationship between him and the actual tiger on the boat, because it's basically just him that's left and this tiger. And it's just, I like how they kind of show the scenes, and how they kind of it's not like they become best friends or anything along those lines. At the end of the day, he's still a tiger and he's still a person, and eventually they come to respect each other, and they start to grow up with each other, kind of thing. And I really like how they deal with that. There were some good comedy aspects of it as well in certain little scenes, which is kind of made me laugh, which I wasn't really expecting. But I suppose you can't have it completely dark toned, so it's got an interesting atmosphere to it. I really like how they kind of did it, and I really like how some scenes that actually in the movie they think gives you that kind of that emotional connection, which makes you think, wow. But one thing I've learned is that a tiger in a boat is very different from having a tiger in the back of your car. I think the director did a fantastic job at actually delivering a well-sculpted, well-angled kind of visuals of the whole epic piece of it. I was really pleased about how the look of it, and for a 3D movie also, I felt it looked really, really good, and I felt that it's given a bit of extra depth, especially in some of the out-of-scene scenes, the colours and the atmosphere of it, and the open sea. It just made it look a bit more dynamic and a bit more extra value in terms of money. So I think the extra couple of quid for the 3D purchase is actually not too bad. It's actually pretty decent for a 3D movie. There's no kind of things going at you kind of thing, but it just gives it extra depth, which I think is really well done. Even though the director did do the awful 2003 Hulk and Brokeback Mountain, he has to do a really well done job also. I think each character in the movie did something to kind of add to the storyline and add something to the table. The main kind of plot story. The main kind of focus is this main character, and basically all the people around him are kind of just adds on bits about it and who he was and how he's grown up, kind of thing. So I like the relationship between him and his father. I like the relationship between him and this kind of love interest he has at the start of the movie, and then just the relationship between him and the tiger, which is really, really interesting. Even the tiger itself is a character, and I really liked how they did that. Even though that tiger was some parts CGI and some parts real, it's very hard to tell what was different. To be perfectly honest, they did such a convincing job. I was trying to figure out what they did real and what they didn't. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the extras and seeing how they managed to kind of piece this together and actually, pull the layers together to make it the extraordinary movie and well-received movie that it actually is. So I'm gonna give Life of Pi a stamp of approval. So that's been my review for The Life of Pi. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I would definitely recommend this movie at a cinema watch for sure. It's still operating in the cinemas at the moment, so go and check it out. I saw it not too long ago, so I think a couple of weeks ago. It's definitely worth the 3D purchase also. You're going to get a bit of extra value for your money for sure. I definitely recommend a Blu-ray purchase for sure. I think it's going to be something to keep in the collection, something to watch. But it is for a very specific audience, so keep that in mind. Do not take your children because they will get bored to shit. It's only going to watch it when you're in a couple, or you're going to watch it because if you know it's actually going to be a drama. This is a drama movie that offers a bit of light comedy, a bit of love interest in some parts of it, and a good, overall visually phenomenal experience, which I actually truly enjoyed. I really enjoyed this movie, so I definitely would recommend it. Go and check out the cinemas. Have you seen the movie? What did you think? Comment down below. Did you hate it by any chance? Comment down below. It's based upon a book also. I'm gonna have to read this book. It's just to stay true to the source material. I don't really know. So comment down below. Love to know your opinions. So in the meantime, I just remember to be signing out.